Hi guys, so do you use all your little stamps that you have? Because I have a tendency to forget I have them. But I'm not going to say I find these little stamps and I'm like, oh, I want to buy them. And especially, the round peg stamps. I don't have any actually. But I look at all these round peg stamps and they're so cute. There's that little teddy bear and that's that little heart and the little mug and the little thing. And I'm like, wait a second. I don't need a stamp for that. I can draw that. I have all of these guys. I don't need the stamps. But before we start to play with that, do your stamps do this? As I was looking through my stamp drawer, I mean, it's still sticky under here, so I don't know why it's all of a sudden coming off. I don't know why it does that. I'm not particularly fond of this stamp, so I was actually taking it out to put it on my secondhand shop, but I noticed it was, and now I just pressed it down and it's staying. I don't know what's going on. Any of your stamps doing this? Oh, I forgot to turn off the radio. Hang on. Okay, I don't remember why I went away. But I'm back with some coffee. This room is a lot warmer to craft in than the other one. So, talking about stamps, those little cute ones, the little peg stamps, the little tiny stamps with the teddy bear or the glass with a straw in it. You don't need a stamp for that. And that's what we're going to do today. We are going to do little quickie, tiny sketches or something similar, something like this. And we're going to talk about why you don't need stamps for that. What happened here? Let me wipe this off. Okay, so here I did some quick doodles just to show you what some of the simplest stamps that I saw looked like. And we can do the same stamps. Now this was just quick, just kind of so I remember what the stamp looked like. So I didn't really try anything. But you don't have to, because those stamps are so simple, so effortless. And really all you need is either a pencil or like a fine liner. Or you can even use like one of these. And I find black ink does the most kind of effect. But you do you. You can use silver pen, gold pen, whatever. Now I'm gonna try and find a place to put something. Hang on. Yay! I found kind of empty spaces like this. I hope you use your junk journals, do you? I really hope you do. So I know it's intimidating to draw with fine liner or like an ink pen or something. Why is it flickering? There? Ah, it's so weird. Directly into your journal. You see my little toes? It's not my toes, it's his toes. Keeping me company here while I craft. So what you simply just grab an eraser or this that has an eraser at the end and just test it. And remember, those that you buy, those little tiny simple ones, they are not perfect in any way or form. I'm gonna sketch a little bit, so I'm gonna see where we end up when we zoom in. We end up there. I have no idea why it starts to flicker every once in a while. It's very frustrating. Anyway, let's do some sketching. So one of the simplest one I saw was just, where are we going to do? Let's do a line here with some simple, oh, it's flickering again. Why? Why are you doing this to me? Stay there. Was just a simple leaf, kind of like that. And just that. It didn't even attach to this. And I mean, we can do a lot of those. And I'm going to go in with the fine liner right away. And you can do this. Now, if you're going to erase the pencil marks, let the fine liner dry properly first, because it stays wet longer than you think. So we can do some more of these leaves. Let's do one the other way around. So I'm gonna do that. And the more you do these, the more you practice, the better you're gonna get at it. Now I feel I'm sitting kind of strange here. And again, we're flickering. Let's do another one. Obviously, you know, it goes faster to just dunk, 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 dunk. And when you're stamping, that would dunk, the dunk, 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 dunk was just me stamping. It changes the setting, the light setting on the camera. I don't know why, and it's very frustrating, and I can't get it to stop. And every time it darkens it, it starts to flicker. And obviously you can make these in very different sizes. Like that. You can make little one like that are cute. And that's something you can't do if you buy the stamp. With the stamp, everything is going to look the same. Look, again, there we go. If you buy the stamp, everyone's going to be the same. It's going to be the same size. It's going to be the same shape every single time. You can't change direction. Otherwise, come on, stop that. Other than turning the stamp. It's very... The settings is making me nuts. There we go. I think this is kind of cute edge here. I'm gonna finish it. I was gonna do a lot of different ones, but I think I like this better. However, I am a big fan of stamps, but we don't have to have them. It's not a must-have. But I do feel like you can get very far with a good fine liner. Just a fine liner that you like. So there we are. We've done a little leaf edge. Instead of buying one stamp that looks the same all the way. We have now leaves in all different types. Come on, stay there. I'm gonna have a battle with my phone. Let's try something else. Oh yeah, there was one that was just a simple envelope like that. Oh, here we go again. Stop doing that. Simple envelope like that. And I mean, you just do one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, and you do a little like that. That's all you need. This one had stitches around it. I made it a little bit small to get all the stitches in, but you can make little dots. And again, it depends on your pen or your pencil or your fine liner or what you are using to draw. Oh, I can make the whole thing dotty. Yes, let's do that. So now I have it dotted. Let's make a little heart here. Do a little heart there. I think that's cute. Oh, you haven't seen anything. Oh, goodness. And the flickering. And the flickering. This is going to drive me nuts. Absolutely nuts. Can we do it like that? Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Let's make another little... let's make this a stack of mail. Let's make a longer envelope. And I mean, this is something you can't change if you buy the stamp. So let's put a little stamp there. And a little address. And let's keep with the heart theme. This envelope has a little heart there. So this is the front of the envelope. There we have a little envelope again. There. Let's make another one. This is fun. And you can make a little square one with a rounded tip like that. And maybe a little... let's make a little book. Because I saw one stamp that had a little open book. And it was just something like this. And it went down, and it went down, and it went down. And like that. and like that. And you could see some pages like that at the bottom. And then you can see the cover kind of sticking out a little bit. And it was just like that. It didn't even have a spine marked out on the cover, nothing. It was just looked like this. So, I mean, with something like this, you can keep playing. You can make a little jagged edge, because this might be a junk journal that had a little lace sticking out. And it can have some writing on the pages, but it didn't have on the stamp. So you can have a little writing, trying to follow the page, because the page is on a slight curve. This is gonna absolutely... I'm gonna rage quit. No, I'm not. Then there was one with very simple strawberry, kind of like that. It was very ugly and very simple. And I can do ugly and simple. I just do a little rounding like that and a little rounding like that. Now that one had a little spring on the side, and I'm just gonna make it in the middle so you can't see anything. Oh, I'm dumb. There, look. Strawberry. I'm gonna make another one. Don't worry. There we go. Looks kind of, could be a carrot too, if we made it longer, you know. So let's make a carrot just because we can. Why did I do that? I don't know. Let's make it little like that, a little rounded, and it has all these, and it has such, and it has such, and it has such. Kind of looks like I made an arm for it there. It has a carrot with handles. Gives it a bit of character. Handles. Okay, hang on. Let's make a mug. And some coffee in the mug. That was a stamp too that I saw, actually. It was nothing more than that. And a little peg stamp. And the thing, if I buy that peg stamp with the mug, it only comes in this size and whatever color you have on your ink stamp. It doesn't change size, it doesn't change direction, more other than turning the stamp. So if you want it to be two mugs next to each other, so we can make one here, and we can make one here. Maybe this one you can just see part of the handle. Oh, actually I'm making the full handle here. And here you might have the handle over here. So it's turning in a different direction. You can't really, that looks strange. All of a sudden I can't sketch. Yay! I'm filming, so of course nothing works. It's I don't know what's going on with me and filming lately. I'm trying so much, and it's like I do something a million times off camera, and then I do it on camera, and this looks like an angry strawberry. Yeah, it's very angry. So I can do something a million times off camera and for myself, and then I try to film it and everything goes wonky. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, and a little icicle. Stop doing that. I'm gonna bite. So it's just a straight line and a little domed, and like that. That was the only thing on the stamp. Stop doing that. So that, and that. And that's all it was. So, I mean, you can make a whole bunch of these. So there's no need to buy that stamp. I mean, it's cute, And I immediately, when I thought, oh, that's so cute, I want it. And then I thought about it and I was like, why? It's like, I don't need it. I can just doodle. Doodle. Plus, this is giving mindfulness. You just sit and doodle and doodle. And if you do it on, let me put this away. Let's bring out a little tag maybe. Like that. And let's see, what can you see? You can see that, okay? Let me zoom out slightly. Let's do this again. The battle with the lighting on the camera. Sorry, I keep kicking you. So you might want to do, because there was one that looked like that. Just a very straight line with some little blobs on it. Stop doing that. So let's just do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Do that. Do that. It had very small, very far between. That was the whole thing. That was the stamp. That's what it looks like. And I'm like, why? Because if I drew this by you know, let's do a side-by-side comparison. And here we go again. There we go. This is gonna drive me nuts. Are you going crazy with that flickering and having to change the lights setting on my phone that doesn't stay where I put it? So I can do something like that. And I can do that and put the leaf a bit further out. And let's do another leaf here that points in a little different direction. And let's do this. And you can make a little smaller one in here. That. And let's make a little smaller one here. There, maybe. And let's make another one right across. That's kind of going this way. So it has a different little fold to it, kind of bending over. And let's make this one like that, so. And I can do, yeah, grabbing a stamp goes a lot faster, but this is more joyful. This takes a bit more time, but you get the mindfulness in it. And you can sit and doodle a full day. You can do it while you're listening to something, or you can be, if you're like me and watching videos and series more like listening to them, this is perfect. So I usually watch, well, watch is a loosely used word here. So Supernatural is, what is it, 15, 16 seasons? And I have no idea how many times I've gone through them. So I no longer watch it. I just listen to them. I sometimes watch when I'm sitting down having a coffee, resting a bit. Then I might watch, but usually I just listen to it. So, I mean, that's the stamp, the look of the stamp. I'm going to see if I can find that stamp. And that's if you do it by hand. So, stamp or by hand. And, I mean, this one I'm not ashamed to put as a tag in. And you can color it in. You can doodle more things. I mean, with a stamp, it's just going to look like that. I mean, you can turn it around, but it's still going to look like that. With doing it by hand, you can go in and do another one, a little smaller one. Or maybe it's planted down here, so you only see the tip of it. Maybe that's what's going on. Or this could be the ground, and that's where it grows. So you make a little smaller one here. And you might have one coming in from the top here. Now we're into the parts where I love. Can you tell I love doing this? I find this so therapeutic. It's so calming. It's like sometimes I just want to record a video where I just sit and doodle. I mean, I done this. I've done this one. Is just a lot of leaves, and I colored it in, and I put a little birdhouse in there. And here I just sat and doodled again. So stamp or no stamp? Yeah, stamps are fun. I'm not going to debate that. I have a huge box full of stamps, but a lot of them, you don't really need them. And many of these that I'm kind of sketching up today are stamps that I looked at and went like, oh, that's so cute, I want that. Shall we do another one? So there was a straight stem like that. It had a little bucket on top that only had, let's see, I think it was it 3 or 4 of these, like that. And it had 1 leaf there and 1 leaf there. That was the stamp. Do you need to pay money to make one of those? Or can you just use your fine liner or your pencil or your marker or whatever you have? Another one was a heart, just like that. And it was a very wonky heart. Mine was actually kind of even. The heart on the stamp was very wonky. And it's part of the charm with it, actually. And it had little fake stitches going around it like that. If you make this yourself, you can add a little bow. I mean, you can add stuff to your stamp too if you want to. Obviously, if you have stamped this one, for example, I mean, you can go in afterwards and kind of add more leaves into this. You can make them look different, or you can make them look the same. You can make more, or you can make less. You can mix them up. You can put in little flower stamps. But I mean, if you're gonna do this anyway and go in and doodle on your stamp, you might as well start with a doodle from the start. And you're gonna get a lot of cute little tags. You can do this in the corner of page, for example. Let me grab a piece of paper. Oh, not that one, not that one. I usually have a ton of papers next to me. Obviously, when I'm gonna test this out, I don't. Well, let's grab one of these. So let's pretend this is a page in a journal, and no, this is just a little small. Come on, don't do that to me. And let's say in the corner you just want to put a little mini stamp. Why not just go in and draw something? I'm looking at the page here where I doodled all the little stamps that I saw. These are just little quick doodles of the simple stamps that I saw. So let's do a feather like that. Maybe I prefer to start from the bottom with my feathers. And if you think of it, now I learned this from your Creative Cove again, because she's my muse when it comes to sketching. So you're thinking wider base, and then it thins up on top, so kind of leaf-ish. But feathers rarely have a smooth line. They usually have a little bit of a break in the middle like that. Maybe like that. And then we go like that. Almost looks like a Christmas tree. Almost, but not quite. So we have a very floofy feather here. And I'm going to darken the center line a bit more, because it's usually quite visible. And you have a little scraggly ends at the bottom kind of thing there. So instead of buying a very simple stamp, just that didn't take long, did it? And just doesn't cost you a ton of money. Now these are some, I bought them like one of those low price stores. So what else can we do that's very simple? There were some simple flowers. I'm gonna grab this again. There were some really simple flowers. So one had one of these in the center, and just the leaves were kind of falling off. It was almost like they were out flying, and I was like, that's the way it looked. And I was like, no. If I were to draw that, sure, it's kind of cute. And I immediately, of course, went, oh, that's cute. I want it. I want it. Just I would, first of all, attach it to the center. And, you know, I could do something like that and just fill it in. And just give it a bit more leaves. That one wasn't looking very good. I did not like that one. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. Just sit there and doodle your flowers. And I mean, you can do this on a loose piece of paper, in a notebook, whatever. And then if you want to, you can punch them out with a round punch. You can cut them out. You can just, oh, I did that. And you can look at it and draw it again in the book. Or, you know, you can put, if you really like what you've drawn, you can take a copy of it. You can take a photo of it with your phone and print it. You can take a thinner piece of paper, kind of like this, and you can put it over and you can see it through. You can see the flowers through, and you can just draw it again. If that's what you want to do, you can take a piece of parchment paper, maybe something, and put on top of it, and I mean, like that. You can do a little mushroom. I saw a very simple mushroom. It was just that, 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 and that. That was the mushroom. And that was a stamp. And it cost a lot of money. So I don't quite see why we need all the stamps. They're fun, yes. If you want them, go for it. But you don't need them. Let's make an ice cream cone that's kind of melting, kind of like that, and the cone is coming down here, and let's give it the kind of waffle thing there and there. Shall we put something on top? Let's put something on top. Let's put a little cherry on top, like that. Maybe it's dripping. So you can do a lot of cute, tiny little doodles. Let's see. Like that, and like that, maybe, and something like that, and something like that. A little teddy bear head. And I mean, you can just keep going. Go online and check, Google for simple stamps, or just look at stamps and go from highest to lowest price, and you can find a lot of cute little tiny stamps, and just try to sketch them. Just try to draw something similar. Make it your own style, kind of like that. There we have a little tiny whimsical house with a whimsical little chimney. I saw a stamp that was kind of like that. There we go. We can do, oh, I saw a butterfly wing, and we can do that. There was just one wing, and I mean, one wing isn't that hard. It's when you're gonna get two that looks kind of the same, that's when you struggle. At least I do. Something like that, and you can see half the body like that, and it has a little head, and it has a little doink, and you can do little thingies. You can do the little thingies there, and you can give it different kind of colors. What else did I see? We've done the strawberry. Oh, cupcake. So I usually start kind of with this. I don't fill it in any more than that, just so I have kind of a basic shape and know the size. And then you go, you have a little bit there, and you have a bit there, and you have a little goop there, and you have some little, and you have your little berry. And we do those. Does that look like a cupcake? That looks kind of like a turd. Does it? Let's do another one. Let's do it down here, and we go. Yeah, here I think we can fit it in. And we do loppy, ploppy, ploppy, blop. Let's droop it down a bit. There we go, and we go dump, 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 dump. There, and we go doot, 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 doot. There we go. You don't need a stamp for that. Just little tiny doodles. What else? I'm looking at my little. We've done the envelopes. Oh, a balloon. So there was a balloon, a very simple balloon. It was just like this. It had a little string, and a little dunt there. That was it. You don't need a stamp for that. You can doodle your balloon. What else? We had a pacifier. That was a little bit trickier than I thought to draw. I don't know if it's because I'm not around a lot of pacifiers or what's going on there, but that was a little bit trickier. It was a very simplified one, but still I struggled. And it looked like this. I'm trying to look at the little quickie sketch I did. Like that. And like that. That's what it looked like. And I mean, you can go online and you can doodle. You can do this. Trust me, you can do this. This is a piece of scrap paper left over from watercolor paper. And I mean, imagine this, and you go over it and you doodle like that simple mushroom that I did. Just like that, and just like that. And you do a little foot like that. That's it. Maybe do a few strands of grass, maybe. That's a mushroom. Yeah, you can make them wider. Kind of that. And a little happy face. And like that. That's a mushroom. A few strands of grass. I mean, you can do this. There was also a little cat peeking out from a box. Now this is one I would probably use this on an eraser because perspectives, but it didn't even have all the sides of the box. It just looked like this. It had the lid was kind of like this, just a rectangle, and then we had an ear peeking out here and little cheek fluff. And we had an eye, and we had an eye, and we had a nose, and like little so, like that. That's all. It didn't have the other side of the box. It just had this. And you can do that. You can. Trust me. Oh, there was this stamp too. And I went immediately, oh, I want that. And then I thought about it and I went, no. So the bottom ones were bigger. They were in pairs all the way. The next one was slightly smaller. And then slightly smaller. And then slightly smaller. And that was it. It might have been a bit more narrow, but I mean, you can change that. You can make so many of these. So many, you can just keep going. And I mean, doodle like this is so calming. It's so peaceful. Unless your camera is messing with you. So, do you need all the stamps you have? Or want to buy? I mean, I constantly want to do more. But I do also have a lot of very simple stamps. And I love them. I do love them. Let's grab this one. I showed you this one at the beginning. Zoom back out a little bit. and this one. So yeah, it's easy because you get a lot of the same size. I stamped this on a piece of cardstock or something, and I stamp a lot of them and then cut them out, and I use them in my junk journal. This is a practical stamp if you do a lot of them at the same time, but you might as well do this by yourself. You can draw this. Grab a ruler, piece of paper. Oh, can't find one. Fine, we're using these earrings backing. So I decide how big I want it. Now this ruler is slightly wonky, so I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna go there. So that's that part. Now I'm gonna do just a little bit in the middle. No, I did that too far in. Okay, I've messed up. Okay, let's do this side. I'm going slightly outside what I've drawn, and I'm going shorter than I draw, and do this. I messed up this side, so this side will be a little bit extra. But once you've done a few of these, this is gonna go so fast. And now I just go slightly inside this, and I just go like that. And I can do the same here, and go that, and I do that, and I do that. And yes, when you freehand, when you draw, you can mess them up, but hey, you can also make them great. You can also make them different. You can also make them the size you need. You can also make them a little bit special. So instead of making one of these, okay, that was kind of fun. I like that. Instead of making something, a frame like this that you cut out, you might want to do something more fun. So let's do a little stitching. And a little stitching. Now you can make sure you make them even, but I'm not too worried about that, because let's face it, when I do hand sewing or hand stitching, it's not going to be even. It's going to look kind of like this, or even worse. And we can make a little bow here at the bottom where we tie off the little string, and you can cut that out and use if you want to. So come on. And oh, I want to go up a little bit. And there we go. And I'm gonna go down. Oh, that was tricky. I'm gonna go in a bit, and there you go. So I have that instead. Now for this one, so all this took was a fine liner and a ruler, or you can use any marker or anything like that too. There you go. There you go. Do you have that? So, and I get it. I get it. Stamps are fun. Stamps are a lot of fun. And I have a ton too. And there's always something more that I want. I saw one little simple bunny head and I sketched it, and I was like, this is too simple to make. So, and things like this is very simple to make. Now, I'm making a lot of journals, so to have one of these makes sense. And also when it's something that is a bit trickier to sketch, or you just want something fast, you want something in the background. Like, I love tree stamps. I get quick, fun interests on your page. Now this part, this one here, is actually the bottom of pen friend's letter, and there was just these mountains, and I went in with a fine liner, and the trees were there, but I went in and everything that's black on this one is me. Everything else was in the letter. So her letter was above this was the bottom, so that's why it's cut off, because her text was over there. I don't want to ruin the text, but everything that's black here is something I drew on, and I'm still fighting with this camera. This is gonna drive me nuts. So yeah, that's get a fine liner and not a stamp, because you can do a lot of the, I mean, if I would have bought all these stamps, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16, you know, this is a lot of stamps, and there's a few on the other side too that are just super simple and that I can doodle myself. And instead I just invest in one of these, and you know, you can do them in different colors. You can do green one, you can buy one of these. These are also great for doodling. That's great for doodling. And you can use the colors that match the journal that you're working on. Instead of buying a ton of different stamp pads and a lot of different stamps, you can do this. You don't need to buy a big set of stamps. That's not necessary to make the junk journals. Get one of these. The simple, cheapest fine liner you can find. It works. It works, guys. So with that said, I'm gonna take my now cold coffee and changed again. We're gonna battle with this. I'm gonna take my now cold coffee, and everything is now yellow. I see everything looks, I give up. And we're gonna upload this video, because the video I was gonna upload today, I've been working on it all day, and my energy is just not there. So it will be uploaded tomorrow. I still have some stuff to film for that one. So I will see you again tomorrow. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. And I absolutely love you guys so much. Mwah. Bye.